Hello and welcome to another update. In this one I'll be covering the whole front line, starting out on the Uledar front. The Russian forces are attacking in this direction in the Dhaka area here to the south of Uledar, where they're trying to regain the lost positions in the previous Ukrainian counterattack that took all of these positions here to the south of Uledar. At the same time, they're attacking in the direction of Prichistivka to try and gain further control over the highway between Pavlivka and Velika Novosilka. As for the Donetsk front itself, the Russian forces are advancing in the direction of Pobieda, where they've captured this southwestern part of Marinka, and also continue fighting in Marinka itself, as well as to the north of the village, as well as to the north of the city, trying to envelop it from two directions, as they try to capture Pobieda, which will allow them to envelop them from the south, and then they are trying to capture this northern part to gain an envelopment from the north as well. As for the Donetsk front itself, fighting continues in the direction of Nevelsky, Pervomaysky, and Yahidne, where here they are trying to do some residential fighting, advancing slowly, and at the same time they are trying to reach these villages, trying to prevent any Ukrainian grouping, as well as envelop this area as well, as if they capture this Nevelsky village, they'll be able to advance straight behind the Ukrainian positions, as well as advancing here will allow them to cut off this northern part as well. Then we move on to the Bakhmut front. The Russian forces here are attacking from every direction, but the main focus is to the north. We will start out here to the southwest of Ivanivske, where fighting continues over the forest line, as well as the hill southwest of Ivanivske. And at the same time, we see them fighting south of Bakhmut into the cemetery, as well as the residential area at the southwestern outskirts, and also north of Yahidne, where the Russian forces are trying to advance northwards into Bakhmut itself. At the same time, to the east of Bakhmut, fighting continues on the whole front here, as the Wagner PMC tries to reach the river line and get control over the eastern residential area of Bakhmut. And as for the north of Bakhmut, we see here that there's been a lot of territorial changes, and that is this area here. These parts of the residential area has been captured by the Wagner forces, as well as most of Yahidne has been captured. There's this tiny area here to the southwest of Yahidne. However, the rest has been captured again. And I say again because the Ukrainian recently did a counterattack where they recaptured most of Yahidne, but now the Wagner PMC has captured it again yesterday night. So with this information, we can now see that the Wagner is now only 2.5 kilometers away from the road, and there's no actual village between the Wagner forces and the operational encirclement of Bakhmut. So although the title says Bakhmut is operationally encircled, they are still 2.5 kilometers away from the road. So it isn't completely true, but it is essentially true, as the only road between the supply of Bakhmut and Chasiv Yar has now essentially been cut off, as we received news of the front updates late, which means that this may already have happened, but we don't have the news yet. And I believe that since there's no actual defenses, unless the Wagner then discovers some huge trench networks in this whole area, then the Wagner already has fire control over the road between Bakhmut and Chasiv Yar, which operationally encircles Bakhmut. Then we see fighting continuing northwest of Bakhmut in the direction of Orehovo-Vasilivka, as well as Salishnyansk, as they are trying to reach the river line, as well as gain further control over the road to reach the canal here to the west of the Wagner positions. As for the north of Soledar, the Russian forces are attacking the direction of Fedorivka, as well as Vesely, as they try to gain a better position here south of Siversk. As for the northeast of Siversk, fighting continues in the Belorivka area, and to the west of Kreminna, fighting continues in Terny, as well as to the north in the direction of Makivka. And that is all for this update. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.